Good evening, race fans. Tom Spanish-Watson here, and I'm joined by Frank the Guru Gibbs.
G'day everyone. Hope you're looking forward to a great night of racing.
Well, I certainly am. I mean, last night with the Monte Carlos was crazy as always. I mean, everyone completely crashed in that first lap. We had cars going off the side, but props to Grandma, wasn't shaken, showed the boys how it was done, and she cooked up a storm on track. Absolute delight for the fans, and we are looking forward to seeing her in the semis. But tonight we've got the El Caminos.
Yeah, and last week the other boys got a bit crazy with Tux McBee and a couple of the others, so it'd be interesting to see if these boys can hold it together or if they're going to lose it like the others.
Definitely, mate. Alright, let's crack into it. Up front we've got Lightning Jim, Leichsenring and Gnocchi Jack, followed by Steve Nicely and London Possible. Now, as we mentioned, both London Possible and Gnocchi Jack coming off some strong wins and some fast racing, but Jim has to be the favourite going into this. He's got a fast El Camino and a very good driver, and they're away. Oh, Gnocchi Jack's over. Jim out front. As I thought, the favourite takes an early lead. And it's absolute carnage.
Jeepers, what happened there? These boys are just a right mess.
So Gnocchi Jack gets up on his side, can't do his patented flip, and he ends up sliding down the dipper.
It looks like London Possible drives over him there, mate. I mean, Nicely's over in the background, but... Yeah, he did. He tried to drive right over Gnocchi Jack, but he just lost it right at the end.
Oh, I mean, I suppose it got him into second place, but it seemed a bit harsh. Alright, they're off this time. Gnocchi Jack, Gnocchi Jack's back on his wheels. Comes in fast and behind Jim.
He gets a tap here from London Possible, rolls it, but then puts it back on its wheels, and that's the sort of class we're expecting from Gnocchi Jack on this track. I mean, just a great bit of driving from the young fella. He just nailed it, and he pushed hard coming up behind Jim there. Jim eased off a bit early, I think.
Lap 3. And they're away. Jim out to an early lead. Oh, Jim is over! Jim is over! London Possible sneaks past. What happened there?
Jim made an unforced error here. He had clear space and he just blows it coming over the jump. That's incredible. Both Gnocchi and Steve go over as well. But look at London Possible. He just slides around. Very little contact, very respectful of Jim there as he comes past. He's beautifully timed with his slide and he just backs over the finish line, takes the third lap.
Wow, that is a shocker. Was not expecting that. Lightning Jim Leichsenring goes over for the first time in a competition, showing it as anybody's at this stage. You absolutely can't count your lap until it's finished. Let's see if he can make it down this time. London Possible out to a strong lead. Gnocchi Jack slips by. Jim slips by. Oh, what happened there? That was crazy.
London Possible has a beautiful lead, but he just clips the side of the jump. Gnocchi Jack sees his opportunity and just gives it the beans.
He certainly did, mate. Look at this. As we come into Kahuna Corner, Gnocchi Jack floors it around the outside. Jim, not quite so respectful of London Possible on the return, slams past him, says, "Out of the way, Sonny, I've got a race to win." Wowza. A lot of excitement, a lot of action. And London Possible will be gutted to have missed that one. They were well out in front and just lost it at the last minute. That means Gnocchi Jack takes the win. Awesome work from the young fella there. Then Jim Leichsenring in second, London Possible in third, and Steve Nicely in fourth. That means London Possible and Steve Nicely are out of the competition. That means in the El Camino semis, we've got Kit Kayam, who has had a very, very strong run. Chris Kahuna, who's been a bit of a stealth driver, slipping through at the last minute in a number of races just to get into the next race after being very quiet in the background. And then Jim L, who has been flawless up until this race, and then just losing it on that third lap. And of course, Gnocchi Jack continuing in awesome form. Absolutely nailing it tonight, having a little bit of a rough start with that flip in his own lane, but just picked it up after that, shook off the bad vibes, and took the win. Absolutely fantastic bit of driving there from Gnocchi Jack. Really looking forward to seeing both of those guys in the semis and see if they can move on to the final.
Just a great bit of driving there from Gnocchi Jack, the way he got around. He saw his opportunity with London Possible hitting that jump and just gave it everything. Props to the young fella. It was just a brilliant piece of driving.
Wow, okay, so we are into the semi-finals next week. So that is the final race of the El Camino only and the final race of the Monte Carlo only. And here we see your group finalists: Joe Marquez, Sammy Setax, Grandma Mark D for the Monte Carlos, Kit Kam, Chris Kahuna, Gnocchi Jack and Jim L for the El Caminos. Each of those drivers will go into the grand final and race for the chance to win the Chevy Showdown and prove they are the best in the best car. Alright, that is enough for tonight. I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frankie Guru Gibbs. We will see you next time. Mate, Gnocchi Jack is on fire.
I know. I think he could go all the way, mate. That was just a stunning bit of driving, and I think he's shaking Jim up here.